Why do I do what I do? And I know half the room's going, I don't know. I ask myself this every day. Why do you do what you do? Why do I do what I do? And here's why I say that. I used to have a hitting coach named Tony Gwynn. Anybody heard Tony Gwynn? Yeah, he was a hitting coach for me, and God, I was so heartbroken. Like, I get emotional just thinking about it. When he died. He died from cancer in his jaw from chewing tobacco. And brilliant hitter. I mean, the guy was incredible. And I met with him, and he asked, that's actually the guy who asked me. He's like, why do you do what you do? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, you need to understand when you're successful, why you're successful. And you need to understand when you fail, why you failed. You need to understand why you do the things that you do. And then he told me, he said, and I'm going to give you guys a really good piece of advice he gave me. He said, if you want to be a master at anything, you either need to be genius smart or dumb. He said, my friend, you don't have the required equipment for the genius. He said, so the only option you have is to stop thinking and dumb down, because you're right in the middle. He said, and people in the middle are just smart enough to screw themselves up. They're just smart enough to go, well, maybe there's a better way. Maybe then they analyze themselves, paralysis by analysis. That's what people do. They're just smart enough to talk themselves out of what they should be doing. He said, so the option for you is you have to dumb down. If you ask any athlete who is in the zone, they're crushing it. You're like, hey, you're crushing out there. You're on fire. What are you thinking? What's the answer they give? Nothing. I'm not thinking anything. That's what the zone is. The zone is not thinking, you're just doing, you're in the flow. So there's two things that you can do. Number one, the champion's mindset is people don't overthink. They just do. So a lot of people analyze to take action. They're like, well, maybe I could do it this way better. And they'll take maybe a little bit of action. They're like, well, wait a minute, maybe I could do it this way better. And by the time you get to where you want to go, you don't even take the action. You only need 40% of the info to take action. I just go. If it looks good, I'm like, I will figure out if it's good by taking the action. Because I realized that top producers don't analyze to take action. They don't need to get motivated to take action. They take action to get motivated. They take action to start analyzing. That's where the marketing's done. You're like, is that going to work? I don't know. Let's try it out. Hey, I'm standing on top of a hill with a sunset behind me. Like, you don't even know why you're doing it. You post it and you're like, that didn't get anything. I'm going to try this way. I'm going to try this way. I'm going to try. And all of a sudden, boom, something goes viral. And you're like, oh, the consumer spoke. I'm going to do that now. And I'm going to go in on that. But if you're like, I wonder if on top of the hill would be good. Well, maybe if we go down there. No. What if we go over here? Okay, the sun's gone now. Now we can't do them anywhere. You just thought yourself out of it, where I'd rather you take action and analyze. Take action, analyze, tweak. That's the name of the game. But here's what I think stops a lot of people. We talked about it. You need to focus on the process, not the outcome. And you need to practice that. You need to practice when your mind's like, maybe I should try a different way. You need to be like, process. I invite you to look at your business like a scientist. You know what I mean by that? I mean, like a scientist runs the entire experiment before having a conclusion. When was the last time you said, I'm going to prospect for 90 days, and did it for 90 days? We go a week and we're like, this doesn't work. It's not going to work. Your ability to keep moving forward there, to tweak and analyze, you don't know. And I want you to write this down. 90-day tests are a minimum in business, because the work that you put in this 90 days, this is the kicker of business. You put work in January, February, March. You know when those results come in? April, May, June, July. Yeah, maybe even July. They come in 90 days later. And then we don't link up like, oh, that's because I was actually prospecting for a little bit a couple months ago. That's what happens. The results are delayed. And so this delayed gratification crushes our ability to perform.